packages at the next module. So before starting with the next module, I would suggest you that I have shared assignment questions. So please try to solve those assignment questions. And if you want, you can just write it in your OOC notes. Okay. So don't forget to solve those. So those are all important questions. I mean the commonly asked questions in the exam. Okay. So in previous class we have discussed about exception handling. So what is actually the exception is? Exception is just an interruption for a program. When an exception occurs, the program uh, terminates abnormally. I mean the program will not be executed further. I mean it's a what you call it's not a successful execution of the program. It is abnormal execution. I mean it will the program will suspend. Okay, so that is, and we have seen different kinds of exceptions. Those are checked, unchecked, and the errors. So checked, unchecked, so compile time, run time, and the errors, they are arise beyond the programmer's control. So that is we have seen, and we have seen several subclasses for checked and unchecked exceptions. And later we have discussed about syntax of how to handle the exceptions. So using try, catch, and finally block, so syntax is there. So we have that. So using that, you have to explain with a program. And later we have discussed exception throws and throw. So throw is used when we wanted to use or when we wanted to throw our own error. Our own error, it is not a kind of user-defined error. So whatever the errors are existing, so those are unchecked exceptions, whatever we have listed out. So using those errors, you can throw, right? So I have given on program also in the assignment question. So that is important one. So that is using throw. So what about throws? Throws is also same as a throw, but the difference is that throws is used only when or only with the method signature. But throw can be used within a method. Okay, so that is a difference, and you can list out the differences between throw and throws, and you can list in your notebook, and all the materials are available in the net. Hope you can make use of this, and listen the class carefully, that exception is very important, and it is not only for exam sake, it is for your future purpose also. Okay, next is packages. What is actually packages? You have already used, or you might have get used of these packages already, right? So java.lang, java.io, java.utility. So those are the different packages you have already, and you have in your program, Ada Lab program. You have seen already. So let us just discuss what is actually the package is. What are the different kinds of packages we have in Java? Okay, a package is, as the name suggests, so here is, it is a backup or a class, a collection of classes and interfaces, or other sub packages. We can call it as a packages. As I have told in the class also, and now also I am telling. So it is just a collection of classes and interfaces. So we know that what do you mean by class? Class is a collection of instance variables and the method, right? So interfaces we will discuss after this package concept. Okay, so it is a collection of, or a package is a collection of classes and the interfaces. So here it is like a folder which is having a classes as well as the interfaces. Okay, and here we have two kinds of packages. So that is built-in packages and the user-defined packages. So built-in packages are, as we have already seen, very first line, our program, our Ada Lab programs are starting with, are beginning with those lines, importing all the packages which we required for our program. So those are the built-in packages, are the packages which are already available, right? So those are called the built-in packages. I mean the user-defined packages. I mean we can create our own packages according to our program implementation. So those are all user-defined packages. So built-in packages, as I have told, java.lang, java.utility, java.io. So we have all those. So here is an example that is a built-in package. So here import java.utility.scanner. Scanner is one such class which we can use for getting an input and the output. So scanner is a class we can take an input and you can print the output on a screen. So utility is one sub package which is having a scanner class in it. Okay. So utility, under utility sub packages we have several other classes. Okay, but scanner is one such class which you can use for a input output. Okay. Java is a main or a top level package which consists of all other sub packages. So Java is the main for all other packages. So how to include this package in our program? So via import keyword. Okay. So via import keyword, we are including java.utility.scanner in our program to get an input and to print a output. So scanner will have a in and out object, so which I have already taught in class. Okay, so scanner, Java is a top level package. Under that we have utility. So utility is a sub package. Scanner class, so that is under the utility package or utility sub package. So let us just discuss with the how to build our own package or how to declare our package. I mean the user defined package. So this is a program. This is a program actually. So this is user defined package. This is not a built-in package. So here package followed by a package name you have to give. You can give any name, your name also. Okay, or a subject name also you can give. Don't give Java. So Java is already there. Java package is already there. So package is a keyword. Package name you have to specify. After that you just have to put a semicolon. So package is what it consisting of collection of classes and the interfaces. So here in this let me calculate package will be having a class that is a calculator. Okay, so package is what? It's a collection of classes and interfaces. Let us just discuss with the classes. Okay, package, this is a package declaration. I mean, this is the package creation. So package followed by a package name. You have to give class calculator. So after writing this program or after creating this package, you have to save this file as calculator.java because our main method is in a calculator class, so that you have to create a file called calculator.java. So calculator.java file creates a package let me calculate. Okay, so let me calculate. So here what we are doing, we are not only just creating a class or not only just writing a program. Here we are creating a package. So inside the package we have a class that is a calculator. Okay, so in this calculator what we are doing, we are just adding two numbers and we are printing it. Okay, so here public int add. So here this function add function we have made it as public. I mean the access specifier for this add is public, which indicating that if that public member or a public method can be used anywhere, outside the package also, inside the package also. I mean outside the package indicating that the sub packages can use. Okay, so public static void main. So here in that we are creating an object for this calculator class. Calculator object is equal to new calculator. We are allocating a memory for this object. So via this object we are just calling this add function by passing values, actual values 10 and 20. So 10 and 20 is returned and it will be displayed. Okay, so this program, this is just addition of two numbers and this is a package. Okay, it's a simple program. Package let me calculate. So let me calculate package is not available. I mean it is not a built-in. So you can have your own package named let me calculate. The next program, uh, how that let me calculate package can be used for another program. Okay, how you can use that? So this is how you can use import let me calculate let me calculate dot calculator. So calculator class you are using in this program. Okay, so that you have to provide import let me calculate is a package. Inside that we have a class calculator. Okay, so we have not created a sub packages within this let me calculate. We are just having a calculator class. So this is a package and this is a class. So this calculator class we are importing it to demo program, right? So this is demo.java program. So here in this what we are doing, we are creating an object so which we have created for a calculator. So via object class we are calling the add function, right? Here we don't have any calculator class, right? This is a separate program, but we are importing that. So it is like scanner class. So in scanner class definition are the methods which you have in the scanner class that is not available for us, but you can make use of that using in and out object. Similarly here also calculator via object you can use add method. So hope you understood this. This is very simple program. This is an example, second example. So this is just creating a new package also, and importing another package also. Okay, this is just creating a new package and importing the existing package also. So that is one extra thing here. So declaring a package here, package another package. So earlier one was let me calculate. So this is another. The name of this package is another package, and this is different than the let me calculate. And import let me calculate dot calculator. So this is which we have done in the earlier program. So what we are doing here, we are just including or importing it to this program. This is another program. So this program is example.java, right? The class name is example here. So within that we have a main method. So this is example.java, and this class is there in a package another package. Okay, so this is there in another package. So for this program we are importing let me calculate dot calculator, right? So we are including. So what we are doing here in this example program, here we have calculator object, and via that object we are calling the same function which we have or which is available in a calculator class. Okay, so here we are creating a new package and we are importing a package to that program, right? So both we are doing here in this program. So if any confusion, please read carefully. We are creating a new package also, and we are including another package also. Okay, here in this program. And next one, uh, using fully qualified name while importing a class. Uh, it is like what if we have a calculator class in a different package? Like let me calculator also are in the XYZ calculator also. What if we have in the case? So with that case, you just have to provide a fully qualified name. Fully qualified name, it is indicating that. So in earlier program, we have just included calculator, right? So instead of that calculator, we are just providing that let me calculate dot calculator, indicating that the calculator class is there in a let me calculate. So here the calculator class is there in a let me calculate. So that is, we will call it as a fully qualified name. So here it's a calculator dot java program. So package let me calculate. So we are creating a new package that is let me calculate. So within calculator class we have an add function that is public, and we have created an object and we have called with the two different arguments. So this is okay, calculator dot java. So with example.java, we are creating another package. So package another package. So here if we are using a fully qualified name, then there is no need of importing a package. So in the earlier example here, you can see that. So this is little bit confusing. So creating a package and importing another package to our program. So but here in this example, so we are creating a package but we are not importing it. Instead of importing it, we are using what? So let me calculate dot calculator, so it's indicating that, so inside the let me calculate package, we have a calculator class. So using that we are creating an object, and while allocating a memory also, you have to use fully qualified name as let me calculate dot calculator. So this you should have to remember, right? So if we are using a fully qualified name indicating that the class within a subclass or class within a sub package or sub main package. So that is fully qualified. So full path you have to give. So where exactly the class is available. Fully qualified name indicating that, so that means that a package within a class within a package that you have to specify. So it is same, but only difference is instead of importing, we are just providing a path of that class. Next, how to create a sub packages. So we have created a main packages. I mean packages. How to create a package within a package. So that is sub packages in Java. I mean sub packages in Java indicating that the package inside the another package is known as a sub package. No, but not, it is not a nested package. Okay, it is a sub package. Next, here package, this is a new package which we are creating. Package, we are not importing here, we are creating a package, sub package. Package is a keyword. Let me calculate. So within this main package, we are creating a sub package called multiply. Sub package called multiply. So let me calculate dot multiply. Dot you have to specify, and the dot is just a separator for super package as well as the sub package. Okay, this is just a separator. Dot you have to use, don't use comma or anything, colon or anything, right? Package let me calculate is already existing, which is having a calculator class, and within that we are creating a multiply sub package. Okay, so you have to end with the semicolon. Next, class multiplication. So you have to create a file name as multiplication.java. So within that we have a method that is int product. So here int product, we have not specified any access specifier for this public, private, protected. So here default is the access specifier. Default access specifier can be used within a package and the sub packages. So int product, int a comma int b, and we are just having a function method definition here. We are not calling anywhere, right? So next, so here package let me calculate dot star. So star indicating that packages as well as classes which are available with the let me calculate package. So all those you can include. So this is not package actually. So this is actually import. Okay. So importing let me calculate dot star into our example program. So sorry, this is import. So make a correction there. This is import let me calculate dot star indicating that sub packages and the classes which are available with the let me calculate, which we are using in an example program. So here example.java is having it is using uh, which is just creating an object. Via that object we are calling a add. Add is there in a calculator class, product is there in a multiplication class. So that multiplication class is have, which is available with the multiply sub package, but calculator class is available with the let me calculator main package. So here this is not a package, this is import actually. Okay, so example object is equal to new example. So system.out.println, we are just calling an add function which is available with the calculator class, and we are calling a product method which is available in the multiply sub package. So here is a note that Sometimes class name conflicts may occur. For example, let us say we have two packages, ABC and the XYZ, right? So both the packages will be having the same name called Java example.java. I mean, the class name is same. Java example, Java class, Java example, class, Java example in ABC package also, and in XYZ package also. In that case, if you are importing both ABC package and XYZ packages in a single program, so that throws a compile error. Okay, so which class it should refer? Java example class is there in both ABC as well as XYZ. So there will be a ambiguity. Oh, there will be a ambiguity. So in order to avoid that ambiguity, you have to use fully qualified name. So previously also I have told, and now also I am telling. So you have to use fully qualified name to avoid such condition. Okay, so in C++ also we have a same condition, right? If you have if you are creating a two different header files, I mean your own header files, your own header files will be having the same class name called A, so that will be very confusing. You have to specify a namespace in order to avoid that confusion. Similarly here also, instead of namespace we have a fully qualified name here. So fully qualified name indicating that Java example class is there in which package, that you have to specify. So here Java example, so that is there in ABC package. So here we are creating an object and this is okay. So XYZ package is also having a Java example. So we are creating a separate object for that, and that is also okay. Okay. So if we have a same name class in a different package, then you have to use fully qualified name in order to avoid the name or a class name conflict error. Okay, the program will not be executed there, it will be suspended or compilation error will be thrown. So this is also one of the condition. This is commonly asked question in Viva also, in interview also, and in quiz also. Okay. Uh, this is the access protection for a class member access. This is for a package. So here uh, same class is having a private member. I mean, you can use that. Same class methods you can use. If there is no modifier, I mean the default access or default modifier, then also you can use. Protected also you can use, and public also you can use within a same class, right? Same package subclass. Same package subclass. Subclass indicating what? So this is a class inheriting another class, but they both in a same package. They both in a same package, and that is not possible, right? So this we have this concept we have seen in the inheritance. Private members of a superclass will be private to that itself. Even the subclass cannot have a permission to access, and this is no same package. I mean both superclass and subclass are there in a same package. Okay, and there is no modifier, default modifier indicating that subclass and superclass both can use. Protected also, so this is one such case, subclass can use a superclass instance variables and the method. Public you can use anywhere, right? Same package, non subclass. Non subclass indicating that it is we are not using any inheritance concept here, but there are two different classes are there in a same package. Okay, so in that class, so private members of that class are private to that itself, so there is no access for this private data, and no modifier you can use because both the classes are there in a same package, so you can use that. Similarly, protected also you can use, and public also you can use. Different package subclasses. Different package subclass indicating that one package is having a superclass, another package is having a subclass. In that case, what happens? So here, one package is having a super, another package is having a subclass, that indicating that, so that is private. No modifier also, this is also not possible. Default modifier indicating that within a package you can use anywhere, but outside the package it is impossible. So that is default modifier or no modifier. So protected you can use, right? So protected is a concept that's an inheritance. So one package is having a superclass, another package is having a subclass. If you are using a protected access specifier, so that is possible. Public also. Public you can use anywhere, inside the package, outside the package. Okay. And different package non-subclass. Different package non-subclass. It is same as this non-subclass within the same package. But here one package is having a class, another package is having a different class. There is no relation between those two classes. So in that class, private is not possible, default also not possible, protected is also not. Protected is possible only when we have a inheritance concept. Okay, public. So that is possible. Public indicating that you can use within a package and outside the package. This is also important. And let us just discuss with an example for these access modifiers using package. So here, package ABC package, we are creating a new package, user defined package. So public class addition. So this is a class. So within that we have a method. So here in this, for this method, we have not specified any access modifier here, even the public, private, and the protected. So it indicating that it is a default access specifier. Default access specifier indicating that add to number is one such method you can use within this package. Within this package, if you are using this method outside the package, that is impossible to access. So that throws a compilation error. Okay, I mean that is not visible with the other package. So here we have another package. This is a ABC package, and here we have not specified any access modifier for this. And this is another package called XYZ. So within that XYZ, we are importing that ABC package. So ABC package is having a class addition and add two numbers. So this you can make use of while importing this ABC package. Okay. So here class test. So within that class test we have a main. So we are just creating an object for this addition. Where is this addition actually? So addition is a class which is available with the ABC package. Okay, this is ABC package. But in that addition class we have add two numbers. So you can create an object for that addition. Okay, but you cannot call that add two numbers. Why you can create an object for that class? So here public class, so you can access anywhere, right? You can create an object, so you cannot call, right? So because it is using a default access specifier, default access specifier can be used only within a package. Okay, so object dot add two numbers, this will throw the error. This will throw the compilation error. So here we have an exception in thread main. So within a main we have an error. So that is java.lang.error. So this is error indicating that this is uh, this arises only when the programmers it is uncontrollable for the programmer. So programmer cannot do anything for this. You have to change, right? You have to change the program or you have to use another method. So this is called the error. So till now we have seen that java.lang.access class access not possible, illegal access and divided by zero error. So here we have an error that is indicating that this not unchecked or checked is a unresolved compilation problem. So here you can see that unresolved compilation problem. So this method add two numbers from a type addition is not visible to XYZ package. Okay, because it's a default that is not visible to another package. So if you are using a default access specifier, that is within a package itself. Outside the package, you cannot use that default access specifier. This is important. And next, private access modifier. Private access modifier that is in Java. So this is class ABC. Okay, so private private double number, and both method as well as variable are private. So outside the class, I mean this is also same within a package also. So outside this class we have another class which we have a main method. So we are creating an object for that ABC class, right? For that ABC class, and you cannot make use of that private variables of that ABC class. Private variables of this ABC class are private to itself. Private to itself. You cannot have a permission to access here in the example class. This will also throw a compilation error. Okay, private access modifiers in Java. So this is within a package. Both the class are there in within a package also. You cannot access the private data. Okay. Outside the package also you cannot access the private data. See to it that that table you can see, and you can just clarify if you have any doubt. Next, protected access modifier. This is XYZ package and the ABC package. So here is this is an XYZ package which is having a test, and ABC package is having a addition class which we have seen. And what this program is doing is protected concept will come only when we have an inheritance, right? Class test is extending a addition. Addition class is there in a ABC package. Okay. In earlier example we have seen ABC package. So here ABC package is having a addition class. So right. So class test is a class under XYZ. Addition is a class under ABC. So test is extending a addition. So superclass is there in a one package. Subclass is there in another package. We are using a protected access specifier. Okay, so in that case it is okay. Protected access specifier indicating that inheritance concept is there. So any subclass and superclass within another package also, within a package also, you can access. So this is okay. So here test object, we are creating an object new test, so that test object can make use of addition class method. So addition class method is add two numbers. Okay, so system.out.println object dot add two numbers, so which is extending, so it can okay. Okay, so which will give a 33 as a result, addition of those two numbers. Next, public access modifier. So public access modifier, this is inside the package, outside the package, subclass, superclass, non-subclass, anywhere you can use this public access modifier function. Right, so this is another package. So here we have specified a public for this add two numbers, and this is XYZ package. We are just importing it to XYZ package, and within this test we have a main method. We have created an object for this addition class which is available with the ABC package, and we are calling the add two numbers. Add two numbers you can use anywhere. So here it is mentioned as a public. So 100, 1, so that both the numbers are added and we have a output 101. So this is public access modifier. So hope you understood this package concept. Let us just revise this package concept. Okay, so packages are collection of classes and interfaces. So till now we have seen only classes, class, single class or multiple class or sub packages, everything we have seen. There are two types of packages here. One is built-in package, another one is user-defined package. Built-in package is like this. Java is main package for all the packages. So this is one thing. Java is the main package for all the packages. This is a top level package. Under that you can have any number of sub packages and the classes. And here is an example to create a user defined package. So this is let me calculate is a user defined package which is having a calculator class. So which we have two methods here. One is main, another one is add. Within a main we have created an object for the calculator, and we have called add method via that object. So this is a user defined package called let me calculate. Okay, while creating, so please do execute these programs if you wanted to create a Java packages, or if you wanted to know how these packages will work. So please do execute this program and make use of your quarantine time. I mean efficiently. Okay, then this is another program, uh, another example class, which we are importing. Let me calculate dot calculator in this demo.java. This is another program, but we are importing a let me calculate. Okay, this is next concept, that is creating a class inside a package. I mean, we are creating a package also. We are importing a package also here in the program. So this is one, and using fully qualified name. So instead of importing a package here, you can use fully qualified name. Let me calculate dot calculator. So this is one thing. So fully qualified name concept is also available on with if we have two packages. uh, if we have two packages, those two packages will be having the same class name. Then you can also use a fully qualified name. So that is also there. Sub packages, to create a sub package, you have to provide a main package. Under that, you have to specify a sub package. Let me calculate dot multiply. So dot is just a separator for sub package and the super package, main package. Sorry, super package. So here you have to just correct that this is just a import. And these are the different access protection, and these are the different programs which you have seen. Hope you understood all these public access specifier. I have clearly given the programs. So please do execute all these. If you have any doubts, you can text me. Okay, or you can discuss with me in the next class. Thank you so much. We'll meet you in the next class.